welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Veronica Adams. Before I start, I like to say this: it is the responsibility of every parent to protect their child from sexual abuse. So as a parent, you ought to take it as an important role to protect your child from sexual abuse. So without wasting time, let's get right into it. If you have a female child, do not allow the opposite sex bathe her. That means any male. Male could be your brother, could be your nephew, could be your cousin. Everybody's a suspect. Most times when sexual abuse happens, it usually comes from families, from people that are close to you. So you need to be very, very careful. I know it is usually not rampant, but nowadays you have a lot of females out there that are predators. And when I say predators, I mean anyone that takes advantage of a child, anyone who tries to abuse a child in sexual way. Predators. So they come in female form too, so you cannot exclude it. So when you have a male child, try as much as possible not to allow someone of the opposite sex bathe him. Do not allow it. In fact, sometimes sexual abuse could come from the father. There are records to show that fathers have actually abused their daughters sexually. They've molested them, they've raped them. When they beat them, they get access to their private parts. They get access to touch. Anyone who is going to beat your child, of course, should be able to touch him or her, because they are baiting, in the process of baiting. So don't give room for such. Disallow it completely. So if you have a female child, do not let any opposite sex bathe her, no matter who the person is to you, and vice versa. It goes for your male child as well. Okay, so next point is never allow someone call your daughter his wife. Oh, my wife. Do not allow that. No, as a joke. Oh, they are playing. No, I know this is actually common with the Yorubas. They tend to do that a lot. Oh, Iyawomi. Oh, my wife. Do not let anybody joke around with such things with your child, because most times these predators tend to use the opportunity to invade the child, to get access to your child. What does a man do with his wife? What happens between a man and his wife? Yes, I've heard of cases where a man will say, oh, didn't you hear your mommy say you are my wife? Did your mommy not say you are my wife? Okay, that means you can kiss me. Oh, you can do this. That means I can touch you. Like, when they start calling your child, oh, your daughter is my wife, just tell them not to do that. No, don't. You're not the husband, because it is not true. So don't joke about such a thing. There are times that these people tend to use that as an opportunity to actually get through to the child, and then they start making some passes and start doing some things that they are not supposed to be doing, all in the name of, oh, your mom says you are my wife, so we can do this. Are you not my wife? Let us do this. And the child might feel like, oh, it's okay. So please make sure you disallow that completely. Never allow anyone call your child his wife. It is not so. Your child is not married to that person, so let them go and marry. They are adults. Let them go and marry. And if they are married, let them stay married to their wife. Never let them call your child their wife for no reason. Moving on, there are some people that they like to carry your child on their lap. Any opportunity they get, they just carry the child and put the child on their lap. You never can tell what is happening underneath. Most of the time, they actually use this opportunity to satisfy their own sexual urge. So be very careful when you tell someone who is of the opposite sex to help you lap your child, in quotes, to carry your child on their lap. It might initially not be intended. You don't know. Especially those that carry the child and make the child sit in the midsection of their body. Most times they actually do some terrible things that you're not aware of. You don't want to allow your child to sit on the laps of, it might be uncles. Some uncles are terrible. They always love to carry your child on their laps. Do not allow that. Let them sit beside. Yes, you like this child. Oh, this child is you really, really like this child. Oh, she's good. Let her sit beside you, close to you, no problem. Do not allow anyone carry your child who is of the opposite sex. Carry your child on a slap. Your girl child, no matter who they are or who they might be. Be careful of people who tend to talk about your child's sexual development. Maybe they're talking about the growth of our breasts, how our breast is growing, how large they are. You need to be very, very careful. Don't let anybody play with your child with such a thing. Don't let them talk about how their bum is really growing or is already getting bigger. You really need to check those points and just put a stop to it. Some people make unnecessary sexual comments to a child. They say some sexual stuff to children. They make, and especially sometimes they do these things in the presence of the parents, all in the name of, oh, it's a joke. No, do not let anybody joke about such things with your children, because once they throw it and they see that, oh, you're not saying anything, you are smiling, or you're not saying anything about it, they continue. Especially when you're not there, they continue, they move on to the next level. And when they do that, it is when you're not there. When someone gives comments, sexual comments to your children, you need to tell them off. You need to stop them. You need to tell them never to do such a thing. You need to stand by it. They need to see that you're really serious. You're serious about it and you're not joking. Finally, I'd like to say this. You can't protect your child from sexual abuse without being available. For anyone and everyone who would like to protect their child or their children from sexual abuse, you have to be available. You have to be there for the child. Some people will say, oh, I'm a stay-at-home mom. I'm not talking about it. This is not when I'm saying, oh, stay at home or not. The fact that you're a stay-at-home mom or dad, as the case may be, does not mean that you're available. Some people stay at home, they work from home, but they are not available. They are not accessible. First way that you can protect your child from sexual abuse is by being available for them, talking to them, being there for them. They see you as their friend. Alongside being available for your children is educating them, age appropriately, to educate them things that they ought to know with respect to their age. Tell them what they should avoid, what they should never allow someone do to them. Teach them that these are private parts that are not meant to be touched by anybody. Don't leave room for exceptions, because when you tell them that, oh, this person is my brother, he can do this, then other people might get the opportunity and say, okay, I can also do this. But when you tell them, let no one touch you in this area, no one, when anybody tries to do that, make sure you report them to me. When such things happen, they can report back to you. Why? Because you've educated them on those stuffs. So these are some of the ways in which you can help protect your child from sexual abuse, because these things are really growing nowadays. Many children out there are being violated, are being abused, are being molested right under the noses of their parents by people that they trust, that they will never have thought could do something like that to them. And these children keep these scars, and scars like this never leave you. Scars like this, a child carries forever. It is possible that pedophiles do not cease from the face of the earth. You as a parent, you have to safeguard your children. You need to be at alert. You need to be watchful. You need to be on your guard. Kindly take note that it is possible for someone to do one of those things I mentioned earlier and still not have ill intentions towards your child. Anyways, I got this picture off Pinterest. If you found this video useful, please encourage me by clicking the like button. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do so, as I will be bringing to you more useful content on this channel. Till I see you in my next video. Bye.